What mothers did learn about childcare was usually confined to hospital classes, in which mothers would watch the nurse change or bathe the baby. I see several smiles in the room. This may be familiar to some people. Thus, mothers would learn about childcare from a professional, a scientific and medical expert, a masked professional who handled the baby with confidence and with ease. By this time, 1940s, 1950s, most new mothers in the North birthing in the hospital did not breastfeed. Instead, they were taught by nurses the most modern, scientific form of infant feeding, bottle feeding. This situation was repeated over and over again around the world over the next 3 or 4 decades, especially under the influence of international baby food companies, which sent representatives to instruct mothers in modern infant feeding. Now, preparing the baby's bottle was a complicated affair, involving sterilizing all the equipment, precisely measuring the milk, the water, the sugar, carefully heating the bottle, and then feeding the baby, hoping it's not too hot. Note again, the nurse who's demonstrating the bottle feeding is wearing a face mask. Lest you think that face masks were for hospitals only, mothers learned that when they took their babies home, they needed to continue to protect their children from germs, even the germs of the mother. They were urged to buy face masks for use at home to protect the baby the hospital way. So far, we've seen how popular literature and institutions like government agencies, charitable organizations, and hospitals intently promoted scientific motherhood. What made the ideology so powerful was that it was also championed in less focused and in many ways more pervasive forums, namely popular culture. We have seen how the text of late 19th and early 20th century magazines fostered the spread of scientific motherhood. But it was not only the texts of these journals, but also, most significantly, their advertisements. Some advertisements were crystal clear, as this one announces, "Add science to love and be the perfect mother." A wide range of manufacturers were quick to recognize the power of the image of scientific motherhood. They produced advertisements that stressed the value of scientific and medical advice, and their advertising campaigns often mirrored the transformation of scientific motherhood. This advertisement for Libby's food comes from the United States, but similar adverts appeared in many parts of the world. It is most direct. The modern mother follows the directions of her physician, not her relatives, not previous generations. Though the father's mother believes that the baby is too young for vegetables, this mother is confident in heeding the advice of her physician, Dr. Evans, who recommended vegetables early in life. Some manufacturers were even more pointed about the dangers of old-fashioned knowledge that lacks the imprimatur of medical authority. What mother dares risk the health and well-being of her child? Here, the male physician is blaming the mother for the child's illness. If only she had known the difference between clean and hospital clean. If only she had used Lysol. Now, what about mothers in all this? Evidently, many women came to accept the essence of the ideology, that successful and healthful child rearing should be informed by scientific expertise. Literate women sent questions to child care magazines and to physicians whom they knew only through publications. Thousands of mothers from around the globe wrote to Spock. The files are voluminous of these letters from around the world, asking for his advice and soliciting his direction. In many societies, regular visits to physicians and clinics became the norm as mothers sought answers to their health questions. Women acted on the basic tenets of scientific motherhood, namely that while women maintained primary responsibility for infant and child care, they were dependent on experts to tell them and to teach them how to best raise their children.